this is probably one image that sums up Premier League football at the moment. Someone somewhere has better eyes than us if they can work out whether this is onside or offside, don't they?
Well, it's so close, isn't it? I mean, in the studio, we all had different opinions. I was screaming for it to be offside. You guys were screaming for it to be on.
I'm sure you don't mind the decision, but can you understand it?
Oh, come on. Well, I think that, modern technology is given these decisions down to the millimetre. I mean, to the naked eye, I still think it looks onside. It certainly does. But if they're deeming that is offside, then I think everyone's come to the understanding that they have to be given. But it's very harsh to ever rule a goal out for such close call.
It's modern football, isn't it? Because we looked at it initially and we looked at it on the replay and none of us thought it was offside. Yeah. Just like, we know the flow of football, Mane's got his body in the right position. Obviously, he's offside by millimetres. It slowed the game down. It took away for Liverpool fans what would have been an amazing finish to a great derby game. But that ball there from Thiago...
He was doing it all day, when he no-look passes like that.
I mean, Pickford was brilliant after his early
Pickford's
mistake.
blushes, because Pickford had a great game up until this point, but you've got to save those efforts from people. But his blushes were saved.
And look, Peter, we might not agree with it, we might not even understand it, but don't we have to accept it, that this is the way football is now?
Well, I don't know, it just frustrates me. I'm like, Leon was saying I was watching the match through red-tinted glasses, but I promise you, even if it was the other way, I don't want to be discussing armpits and, where the sleeves... What happened to giving the attacking player the benefit of the doubt? I always used to enjoy that. It was.
I bet you did.
It was. No one knows why that was chalked off. We don't know if it's onside or offside. I mean, technically, it's supposed to be offside, isn't it? But like I say, I don't want us to be sitting here discussing it. No one knows.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what it does mean. It means that Klopp Calvert Lewin's goal remains the equaliser in the game. I'm sure he's delighted with that goal. Let's get some instant reaction from him. He's with Des.
Dominic, that was an ending. We can't believe that. Heart in the mouth.
Yeah, very strange. I think, as you'd expect in a derby, you got tackles flying in 50-50s, and it's physical. So there's always the chance that the ref might bring out a yellow or a red.
And 10 years you've been waiting to beat Liverpool in this Mersey derby. I suppose you'll be delighted to rescue something here.
In the end, yeah, but I think disappointed that we didn't kick on at 1-1. We've done well to get ourselves back in the game, and I thought, we knew that we would go through spells where we wouldn't have the ball, but we had the quality today. I've had a chance myself, which I'd backed myself to put away, and unfortunately not. And then the game kind of goes the way it does, but it's coming. I genuinely believe it's coming. I thought today would be the day that we would do it, but it's not to be, so we go the next one.
You did get one goal though, with great hang time in the air. That's one of your strengths now this season.
Yeah, it's just something that I've started to play to, and one of my strengths I've started to exploit, and I've always had that in my locker, but now I've got the boys looking for me in the box, which obviously always helps, and I'm getting in the areas which I can exploit it.
And scoring goals in every game. You've surpassed Tommy Lawton's record of 5 straight league goals in the first league games of the season as well, which is not a bad thing to do. Had been a poor start to the first half though, wasn't it? You came out of the block slow.
Yeah, I can't really put my finger on it. Not sure why we came out of the block slow. We've been doing well, and we knew that momentum was on our side. Confident going into the game at home. But sometimes it happens. You start the game a little bit slow, and then they went ahead early doors. But it just shows, we've made strides in that we got ourselves back in the game, and then unfortunate not to kick on and go ahead. Richie at the post as well. So we had chances to go on and win it, but we didn't take them today.
Now, this isn't just about local bragging rights in the city of Liverpool now. This is about a top 4 challenge, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm disappointed that we didn't win the game. I wanted to win today, and I know all the fans did too. And so in that respect, it's frustrating. But like you say, in terms of the bigger picture, we've got a point today, and we take it, and we take it on to the next game. We keep building. We didn't lose, and we want to keep that unbeaten run going. Like I say, towards the bigger picture at the end of the season.
Thanks very much, Johnny. Thank you.
Could have perhaps had a couple of beers watching that, and it might have made more sense to us. It's a weird game.
Oh, it was crazy, wasn't there? There was a few elements to it. Obviously, the potential sending off in the first half, and then the chaos at the end. It was a great game of football, and a good advert for it.
Indeed, there's so much to talk about, but before we do that, we're going to hear straight away from Jurgen Klopp. He has just emerged pitchside with Des, so let's go live there right now. Des, all yours.
Thanks very much, Jurgen. Was that everything you wanted to see, apart from that winner at the end?
Yeah, the performance was top. You saw the game yourself. I think you could see that was a top game. Was a good game from both teams. We were clear, dominant against a side who is full of confidence. There's a clear plan. We played a really good game. It was probably the best away game since I'm in Liverpool. We played at Goodison, and so in the end it's still 2-2 for different reasons.
In terms of the responses, what you were looking for, you see how
what shall I ask for? When I saw a really good performance, and you would ask probably now, think I'm only happy when we win. That's would be more happy if we win, but the performance was the response at least, and I didn't actually want to see a response. I wanted to see that we stay the team we were before, even after a proper knock.
One key moment.
No more key moments.
There was plenty of key moments, exactly. But one in particular was Jordan's tackle, I believe.
With the injury of Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
It's pretty early in the game, so I didn't see it back, but it took a while. So obviously it was not too big, the offside, and then Pickford kicks him completely out of the.
How does he not get a red card for that? Yeah.
I didn't see it back. I saw it the first time. So you maybe can say more about this. I have to watch it back. The only situation I saw back was the now only briefly in the dressing room is the Henderson goal and the pass for Sadio, and I didn't see offside. Sorry, but maybe somebody would explain it to me. The picture I saw was no offside. So, but it was offside because somebody decided it.
Yeah, we haven't been able to work that one out either, so it must be a very close decision.
Okay.
And in terms of just moving ahead now,
difficult in the moment, because you look in the dressing room, the red card with Charlton is not only a red card for Everton, it's a massive foul on Thiago as well. Katara is a massive foul there, and we don't know what he has, so it looks not good, to be honest. So, and then it's difficult just to only judge the game. The game was brilliant, but it's over. We got 1 point. Should we have 3? Maybe yes. Cannot change that anymore. But that's the situation, so I can't change it. So the game was good. I cannot say more about it. I loved it in so many moments. How we played football against such a good organized side with the counter-attacking threat there. Really good game. But 2-2. We have to admit, one goal we concede for like a minute or so after Virgil is out, and we have to reorganize the thing. They used that. They are brilliant in that. They wanted obviously constant corners from that side. And the second goal is an individual thing. So Calvert Lewin is just an incredible player, and that was pretty much his only situation in the game. But he's there. That's what a striker has to do. Scores that goal. Apart from that, we were superior in that game. We dominated it. But both teams get the point, and that's how it is.
That's a fair assessment. Thank you. Cheers.
He's a frustrated mix, isn't he, of a manager who knows his team were the smallest offside decision away from winning the game. Played well at times, gave us great entertainment, but he's not at all happy with the tackles on 2 of his players.
No, he held himself back there. I think he's bang on about the performance. I thought Liverpool, Thiago in particular, they could. I mean, Pickford's gone out there very dangerous, and arguably Liverpool's most influential player, Van Dijk's he's been looking at a spell on the sidelines for me there. So look, it doesn't look nice, does it, Jake?
And you're a man you had nasty injuries in your career. Yeah. You didn't like the look of that straight away, did you?
It always, I've done my knee in a similar fashion, and it always makes me squeamish watching it. So he's going to have a spell on the sidelines. And this one again, it's heated, Derby. We know that, Crouchy. And also you've played in them, but this is a nasty tackle.
No, it's nasty. It's a potential leg breaker.
From our initial view, we didn't realise the severity. It's only when you see it from a different angle, the angle the referee has got, that you realised why the referee, or you see exactly what the tackle is, and it is a terrible tackle. But it comes just as the referee's blown his whistle, just as happened in the first instance. So it's after the game has stopped, and he's then made the decision to send off Richarlison, which they chose against doing in the first instance. So it's just a strange thing with regards to inconsistency. You felt that they were both terrible tackles in the game.
But let's just bring Peter Walton in quickly, because Peter, there is no doubt about that second red card, or the first red card, the second foul we've seen just there. Just regarding the incident involving Pickford, there's so many people talking away on social media and sharing opinions about the fact that once the whistle has blown, the red card couldn't have been given for that foul. Your reading of the situation is different. Your reading of it is, forget about the whistle, that's a red card tackle.
Indeed. I mean, players don't get a free shot just because the whistle has gone. And in the law, if the whistle has gone, then technically Pickford could have been sent off for violent conduct and not serious foul play. However, had the challenge been started just after the whistle was blown, or so just before the whistle was blown and finished as the whistle was blown, then it's serious foul play. But that's a technical issue. Ultimately, Pickford's challenge was not part of the game and should have been addressed by the VAR and probably given Michael Oliver a second look at it, irrespective of the game being stopped.
Great, thank you very much, Peter. And look, for people who are still questioning that decision, we've seen Reece James sent off after the final whistle for England. We've seen Slaven Bilic sent off at half-time after the half-time whistle's been blown. Calvin Phillips given a yellow card for the way he retrieved the ball after a whistle was blown. Decisions are made by refs all the time after whistles have been blown. What we don't want to see is tackles like that going unpunished, really, do we?
No, we can't, because that's what we're trying to stamp out. I've seen people, like you say, for a few words from Bilic, or, you know, silly little flicks, or when the foot's high, things like that. I mean, that's a potential career-ending tackle. I mean, I don't think he's gone in malicious that warrants a red card.
It could have been one of their most crucial players. He's managed to not get injuries over the past 18 months. He's been in their team all the time, and not only may it change the season, it certainly affected the game. Liverpool were very much on top until that tackle went in.
Well, Liverpool have conceded one-headed goal in the games this season before today. They then conceded two-headed goals since he went off. We'll talk about Mo Salah, 100 Liverpool goals today. What a finish.
I mean, what a talent this lad is. I mean, he does everything right in this situation. It's a wonderful ball by Henderson. Firmino's got to go. His body position's all wrong. He's got to clear that with his left foot, get it up the pitch here. But look, as this comes, that's instinct, that is, Jake. That is just a striker at the top of his game. Look, outside the left foot, bit of curl, a bit of backspin on it into the bottom corner. A sensational player. We love watching him today.
We also love watching this guy.
Oh, this is a man in form. And it's very difficult to defend against this. If you're a fullback, we're just talking, and you just hang it up above the opposing fullback over the centre-half for someone like Dominic, and the leap he has, it's so difficult to defend against. Then all you're asking is, can he find the target once he makes contact? And at the moment, the form he's in, you don't expect him to miss.
He's so good in the air, you know, for a fullback, it's a fullback's dream. I used to love that one where you used to like pull on Robertson as he has there on the fullback. And you haven't got to do too much with it. You've got to hang it up because he's got so much hang time and he's fantastic in the air. What a goal.
These two were lucky enough to play for Liverpool in their career. You were lucky enough to play hundreds and hundreds of games for Everton. I wish we'd had a camera on you today. I've never seen a more nervous pundit alongside me. I mean, it's a significant result, I think, for Everton, isn't it? Coming from behind twice, and you clearly lived every second.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to have won that game after so many years, but having dragged ourselves back from losing positions twice, it's a really good sign for Carlo Ancelotti's team.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, thank you all very much.